L.O.T.S Approved Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger Podcast, episode number 51. That part. All right, you guys, I go by the incomparable, the often imitated but cannot be duplicated. One they took their style from, the elected, the appointed. This is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. All right? I want to welcome you guys to the Don't Shoot the Messenger Podcast, episode number 51. Let me get some horns for that. Some horns, some gunshots. You heard? I want to welcome everybody to one of the greatest shows on earth. All right? This is the podcast, the premier podcast. That part. L.O.T.S Approved Media. All right? Now, we have some subjects. Let's cut off this intro music for the most part. All right? Shout out to Ezo for the intro music once again. Shout out to all the supporters of this podcast once again. This is episode number 51, and we counting down. You guys do me a favor. As soon as you come inside the building, all right, leave a comment in the comment section. We call that leaving a fingerprint, all right? Let everybody know that you're here. As soon as you guys come to the building, do me a favor also. Share this podcast with everybody. Share this. Every shepherd has his own flock, so I'm pretty sure you have some people that admire you. Share this with some of your admirers, all right? Share this with your flock. We call this wipe your feet on the rug. Hit the like button, the thumbs up. It don't cost you nothing. You guys make sure you guys are hitting the like button because YouTube, the algorithm loves that like button. So once again, the thumbs up. You guys hit that thumbs up. And when you guys get a chance, go over to YouTube. For the most part, we're streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on Facebook. And we're also streaming on Twitter. So I need you guys to go over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel, L.O.T.S Approved Media. All right. Periodically, you guys are going to check the comment section. Shout out to Paul Bizzle. Shout out to Big Paul Bizzle. You heard in the building. Peace to the God. Peace to the God, that part. All right, you guys know how we do. This is a eventful week. A lot of things have transpired throughout this week, and we're going to bring it to you guys as we usually do. Shout out to Tosh. What's up, sis? I see you. All right, and we'll speak about some of these subjects that you sent me also. All right. For one, let's speak about Blueface. Shout out to the rapper Blueface on the West Coast. Blueface recently got stabbed. He left a comment on his Instagram in which he said everybody he's okay. So thank God for that. All right. Also, Blueface was seen sparring with Floyd Mayweather. That's something big. I want to give a big shout out to Blueface. With the let's get the horns for Blueface. Let's get the horns for Blueface. All right. Blueface is rising in ranks when you're talking about boxing, okay? The former rapper. He still raps now, but now he's a social network star. He's a how would you call it? I don't know, a personality, right? He was seen boxing with Floyd Mayweather, and you know the skillful Floyd Mayweather. We'll go a little bit into that. Also, you know, we got to speak about Donald Trump. Now, you guys know Donald Trump was recently indicted in Georgia, okay? And this is Donald Trump's first mugshot, that part. So Uncle Trump, preferably like Uncle Trump was able to elude that mugshot for the first 3 indictments, all right? Unfortunately, this time around, he was forced to take a mugshot. We'll speak a little bit more about that. Shout out to Black Youngster. Black Youngster lost his brother. Rest in peace to Black Youngster's brother. He's also been wilding on the internet, so we'll talk about Black Youngster also. Let's just go into it for right now. Let's just go into the whole Blueface, okay? You guys, recently, Blueface was training. I don't know if you guys have been able to see Blueface. He's the Tatiana rapper, platinum-selling rapper from the West Coast, all right, in which he was stabbed recently. Now, there's been a chain of events with Blueface. He's currently going to court for a shooting. I would don't quote me on that, but he was involved in a shooting. All right. Some trials and tribulations for Blueface. Now, you guys know we're familiar with the Blueface and the Krayshawn Rock. Krayshawn Rock was on Blue Girls Club. She's become an internet sensation. For the most part, people have fallen in love with Krayshawn Rock. Me, myself, I do speculate. I watch her, I observe her, and I analyze her, right? She's very interesting. They be having back and forth. They be fighting. Krayshawn Rock and Blueface is constantly scrapping. Some would say it's more on Krayshawn's side. Some would say it's more on Blueface's side. It's really all in your opinion and what side you take when in men versus women. But for the most part, she's been in Blueface corner. Currently, Blueface and her are not together, but a video surfaced online with Blueface sparring with Floyd Mayweather. Now, you guys know Blueface is one of the up and coming celebrity boxers. He's boxed a few people. These guys are not professional boxers. All right, I think he's fighting other internet personalities, Instagram, whatever you want to call it. It's a term that they use, but I guess internet celebrities, social network celebrities, that's what he's fighting. So for the most part, Blueface has been winning his fights. So Blueface has been seen boxing with the infamous Floyd Mayweather. Now I'm gonna give a shout out to Blueface, big up to Blueface, because Blueface did a great job. All right. None of us were under the impression that Blueface was going to be able to actually touch Floyd Mayweather, one of the greatest defensive fighters ever known to the world of boxing. All right, so he's seen in the boxing ring. He's throwing it. He's throwing them. He threw a lot of jabs at Mayweather. He threw a lot of jabs, but for the most part, this is why we give Mayweather so much credit. Mayweather is very hard to touch, as you see, and we got to give credit. We got to give credit where credit's due. Blueface seems to be rising in the ranks. I would love to see Blueface fight Logan Paul or Jake. You know, one of those brothers, right? I think that's what he's working up towards. I don't know if you guys seen his hands, but Blueface's hands they were quite impressive. All right. Me, myself, I've been into street fights. All right. And a lot of people don't really have the hands for the fighting. Keep in mind, too, when you're fighting, the same way you throw them, you got to be able to take them. All right, so that's the one thing about fighting. A lot of people think that they're skillful with the fighting, but as much as you could throw them, you have to be able to take them too. See, a lot of people think when they're fighting that they have a game plan when they're fighting, but guys, the game plan goes out the window once you get hit. All right, so in your average street fight, you know you plan out. You have this outlook on the fight, and you see yourself throwing jabs, you see yourself throwing hooks, you see yourself slipping punches. That's how you see it. But when you get hit that one time, your whole strategy goes out the window. All right. So I just want to give shout out to Blueface just for being a rapper and he's boxing. A lot of rappers, you know, hip hop rappers have a certain bravado about them in hip hop. So they expect rappers to be able to be aggressive. They expect rappers to be able to know how to fight because it's a braggadocious, I like to call rap a sport. Rap is braggadocious. So they expect rappers to be able to know how to fight. They expect rappers to be aggressive. They expect rappers to be gangsters for the most part. Allow me one moment. Y'all got feel me? These lights here, these lights be having me sweating. All right. So shout out to Blueface, like I said, and shout out to Krayshawn Rock. I seen Krayshawn Rock in the corner. Krayshawn Rock was rooting on Blueface. She was in the corner doing her thing, telling them get out of that corner. Blueface, you need to listen to Krayshawn Rock. When you was boxing, when you was throwing them jabs at Mayweather, I seen those jabs. You was keeping Mayweather off you. Now, I know that you taller, and I know Mayweather's shorter. So you got to keep a short nigga. You got to keep that jab on him. You got to keep the short niggas off you because a short nigga going to try to go inside. You heard? So for the most part, he did a little something. But shout out to Krayshawn Rock with the coaching from the corner. Krayshawn Rock was advising Blueface to get out the corner, come out that corner, because it seems like Mayweather was backing him into the corner. And noticeably, I noticed the endurance was a factor. So this is the biggest factor in boxing. Basically, endurance is the biggest factor, right? Anybody can get knocked out, and when it comes to fighting, anybody can get a lucky punch in. But one thing that's not lucky in boxing is the endurance. Yes, you have to apply a lot of endurance when you're boxing, because Blueface seemed very tired. After a couple of rounds with Floyd Mayweather, Blueface got real tired, all right? But nonetheless, still shout out to Blueface because you did better than I expected. Blueface hands is actually better than what I expected. So I got to give credit to Blueface. Shout out to him. All right, one of those guys I had shown improving. But nonetheless, you guys, Blueface got into altercation. Blueface was at the gym, working out, getting it in. You know what I mean? And there's a video that surfaced online. It's showing Blueface. Blueface is with another gentleman, a heavy set gentleman, right? In which they were approached by this next man. Now the man came inside. The man actually came inside of the gym. I don't know what the altercation was about. I don't know what this spawned from. But the guy was confronting Blueface's. There's another gentleman that was standing next to Blueface. I don't know if this is a manager. Well, Whack 100 is the manager, but I don't know what correlation is this man to Blueface. But the man was inside the gym, and he was being confronted by another man, a black man. Seemingly a white man and a black man, maybe Spanish, who knows. Blueface took it upon himself to put his hands on bruh. Now, it was out of defense. Because you could tell that Buddy, when he came inside the gym, obviously he was looking for something. But he seemingly was aggressive. So Blueface took notice of that. And if you guys see online, Blueface getting off. So we got to give credit. We got to give credit to the Crip. We got to give credit to the Crip. Shout out to Blueface. This is one thing. And I'm gonna leave this Blueface on this. I've seen some men, they put hands on women. I've seen a lot of men get caught up in domestic violence. And I'm not saying, nor do I have a horse in this race. I don't know if he's the one who's initiating it. I don't know if Krayshawn Rock's initiated it. Maybe be back and forth. But one thing I do notice about Blueface, he's not one of them suckers that get into altercation, not necessarily altercation with women, but when you get into domestic violence as a man, one of our biggest speculations is the same way you get into altercation with a woman, would you do that to a dude? All right. We as men, we always speculate that. We see men that get into altercations with women. We wonder, do you have that same capacity, that same compassion? Do you go to the same degree when it comes to somebody of your same gender, a man? I've seen a lot of dudes that put hands on women that would never put their hands on me or anybody of my nature, of my caliber. All right. And, you know, we label those niggas as soft. All right. So nonetheless, shout out to Blueface. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move forward with this, but Blueface was stabbed. All right, let's go into it. Actually, go into shout out to Tosh too. Let me get a breakdown on Blueface. Okay, Blueface was stabbed during his boxing workout yesterday, but told cops now have the man who they think is responsible for the attack in custody. All right. Enforcement sources tell TMZ Hip Hop 36-year-old Brandon Henry Snell was arrested and booked for felony assault with a deadly weapon Wednesday afternoon after turning himself in and is currently sitting in jail. All right. So the gentleman, the attacker, the person that actually attacked Blueface in the gym, I don't know what type of object. I'm assuming it was a knife. He stabbed Blueface. You guys seen Blueface came on Instagram. I don't know what social platform, but he said he was okay for the most part, for all the fans that are concerned. Like I said, this guy goes by the name of Brandon Henry Snell, and he's currently in custody. All right. So apparently this is the attacker. Shout out to all parties involved. I don't know. Me, be real with you, I don't pick a side because I don't know why this man approached Blueface. I don't know what's the issue. So for right now, I'm just going to wait till the story just continues to update, and we'll find out what this actually stemmed from, right? Because if I don't know where it started, I'm not going to pick sides in the matter. That part. L.O.T.S. meter, don't shoot the messenger. That part. All right. Bada bing, bada bang. Okay. Shout out to Black Youngster. All right, you guys know there's an ongoing beef, between CMG and Paper Route. Shout out to Young Dolph. Shout out to Key Glock. Shout out to CMG, Yo Gotti, and all that. Glorilla and all that. But today we're speaking about Black Youngster. All right, now Black Youngster is a CMG artist. And throughout all this CMG and Paper Route beef that's been going on, Black Youngster's name has been the most prevalent in this, right? A lot of people are saying that he has some involvement. We're not going to go there. Allegedly. All right? Well, it seems like the saga continues. Just after you guys are hearing about how Yo Gotti dropped his album on, what was the anniversary of the death of Dolph, right? The saga continues with Dolph. Now, Black Youngster's brother, I believe this is his biological brother, was murdered the other day. Okay. And a lot of people are saying that this is in correlation to Young Dolph's death. Now we'll go into the spill. Allow me one moment. All right. Rapper and former CMG artist, Black youngster brother killed in Memphis. Black youngster quoted on IG saying, "I love you, baby brother. Rest up. I'm going to make the world pay. I swear to God, nobody's safe. I'm standing over everybody." And he doubles down on everybody. All right. So apparently Black youngster's brother was murdered. And obviously we're not going to say he's necessarily seeking revenge, but you guys know in your heart that's what you would want yourself, right? But we're not going to go too much into that because this is not a platform for incriminating people. But whatever these guys are letting you guys know, I'm just going to reiterate that. So you guys pay attention. I seen Black youngster did go on social network. I don't know if that was Instagram, what platform it was, but Black youngster did mention this. All right. He said he's standing over shit. Period, point blank. Shout out to Black youngster. Shout out to CMG. Rest in peace to Black youngster's brother. Rest in peace to Young Dolph. Rest in peace to all the parties that's involved with this whole thing that we have going on. Whatever you want to call this Yo Gotti, Dolph, Paper Route, CMG thing. All right. Rest in peace to all parties involved. Condolences to all the families that's involved in this. Shout out to Key Glock. Shout out to Paper Route Empire. All right, Key Glock, you're doing a very good job on your end. For somebody who lost somebody that's so important to you, brother, I want to give Key Glock his flowers. Key Glock, you're doing your numbers. You're doing your numbers right now, and you're one of the most rated artists right now. I can't really call you a rookie, but you're getting your flowers. I forgot what did they said something that you was most something. I forgot what the accolade was, but apparently Key Glock is doing very good out here. All right, very good. Independent. All right, Paper Route Empire, independent. So shout out to Key Glock, that part. All right, and big up to Black youngster and everybody involved with that. Rest in peace, Dolph. All right. Bada bing, bada bang, bada bing, bada bang. Listen, we're going to reset the room. This is L.O.T.S approved Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 51. Episode number 51. Don't be a ninja watcher. It's a person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher, because that's just a hater. And you definitely don't want to be one of these. That is what we call a peeping Tom, ladies and gentlemen. And y'all know what they do to peeping Toms in jail. So you guys be careful with that, okay? Don't be a casual watcher. If this is your first time watching it, you guys make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And if you've been watching, if you're a reoccurring viewer, you should have been subscribed to the channel. All right, this is L.O.T.S approved media. Once again, this is powered by L.O.T.S approved media. All right, we just discussing a few things. Just a little conversation on this Friday. We spoke about a Black youngster, that part. Now, there's another individual that I want to speak about. Allow me one moment, guys. This is big. All right, this is big right now. All right, this is in reference to King Von's murder. All right, you guys familiar with the Chicago drill rapper King Von, which was murdered, I believe, maybe last year, 2 years ago. All right, an entourage member of Quando Rondo, who goes by the name of Little Tim, was charged for the murder. Okay, this case has been going on for a while. Though we've lost Von, I think we kind of lost the fact that the case is actually still going on. We've seen Tim out here, Little Tim, part of Quando Rondo's entourage. All right. Well, apparently King Von's murder, Lil Tim that was charged for the murder, Lil Tim's charge has been dropped. All right. They dropped the murder charge on Lil Tim. And it seems like post the court proceedings, he actually dropped the video after that. All right, so these rappers are moving real fast. All right. Quando Rondo, Conrad, Little Tim charges dropped for the murder of Chicago rapper King Von. Little Tim releases a video post murder charges being dropped. All right, Little Tim. All right, so for the most part, man, it seems like this book has come to a closure. People screaming "get back." We don't know what the get back gonna be like, or maybe did the get back already happen with your man's in Cali? Because there was something that went down in Cali with one of the members of Quanda Rondo's entourage. All right. You hear Little Tim speak about the kid, Little Poob. It was, I forget the gentleman's name. It's hard to remember all these people's names. Keep in mind, these are people that are not actually famous, but one incident next, you know, that they become famous just off of these situations, right? So, Little Tim, his charges have been dropped. All right. There's a lot of speculations behind the King Von murder. Cuzzo, shout out to Patrick Fan in the building, that part. All right. There's a lot of speculations behind King Von's murder. Some people are saying that there might be some police involvement. Now, you guys know on this platform, I don't go into conspiracy theories, right? Because I don't want to get my channel shut down. Obviously, I don't think YouTube is friendly to those speculations. But you guys think what you guys think. But for the most part, yeah, Lil Tim's charges have been dropped for the murder of King Von. All right. So King Von's murder, basically, I don't know if it's still how would you say, they don't have the information on it. It's unsomething, whatever. Right? It's unsolved. King Von's murder might be currently an unsolved murder. Who knows how this thing is gonna happen, right? But once again, Lil Tim's charges have been dropped. Shout out to Lil Tim. Now, with this situation, a lot of people feel a lot of different ways. I don't know how you guys feel about this, right? King Von has a lot of fans, fanatics, what you would say. King Von was a leader in his community, all right, especially in the drill community. So there's a lot of mixed feelings when you in reference to King Von. A lot of mixed feelings. People say that Tim did what he was supposed to do. A lot of people feel like Lil Tim did what he's supposed to do. He protected the bag. He protected his friend. His friend was under attack. There was some other gentlemen that shot and died subsequently through gunshot wounds. That same day, same incident. A lot of people are saying that Lil Tim did what he had to do. Actually commended. Obviously, there's people that love King Von that would have loved to see Lil Tim not be successful, or some revenge on that. They want some get back at Tim. Shout out to Lil Tim. Rest in peace to King Von. I don't know how long this is going to continue. I'm seeing that people are taking it to create some type of long way from achieving. But I see people are taking time out. The J Man hit different. These guys are from two different gangs: BDD, Gangsta Disciple, and Black Disciple. And these guys are able to work together, right? So definitely, I want to commend all those brothers that are trying to slow down the gang violence in Chicago. All right, and once again, rest in peace, King Von. King Von had King Von had a very promising career. His career was very promising, right? That is demise, a premature demise. All right. Just judging by his music, you know, his music, Von had a lot of potential with his music, man. Big up to King Von. Shout out to Dirk, OTF. Shout out to the whole family. Shout out to the whole Chicago on that part. We'll see what drill music's going, but I'm noticing that a lot of the drill rappers are able to. I'm not gonna jump the gun, but I'm noticing that drill music is going for peace. Drill music. Certain people out of the drill music community are shooting for peace. And I'm peeping that here at L.O.T.S approved media. All right. I'm hoping that you guys continue to push that agenda. All right. Moving right along. Like I said, rest in peace, King Von. Bada bing, bada bang. Now, I want to speak about, I don't know if It's early, but let's just go into it. Let's speak about Donald Trump. Bada bing, bada horns for Uncle Trump. Horns for Uncle Trump. All right. Like I said, you guys earlier. I'm about to say Uncle Trump. Donald Trump, you guys know, I know you guys been peeping the news. Obviously, the whole world's aware of it. Trump has been going through a lot of indictments, but as of recently, he reached his 4th indictment. All right. This indictment's coming out of Georgia. All right. And this indictment's a little bit different than the prior 3. You guys know that throughout this whole time that Donald Trump has been going through the judicial system, there's no mugshot of Donald Trump. Donald Trump refuses to take the mugshot. In some way, shape, or form, he's able to finagle it where he does not have to take a mugshot. Okay, it's Fulton County in Georgia, all right? Fulton County. So, for the most part, Donald Trump never takes mugshots, okay? Now, this is the first time that they were able to get a mugshot on Donald Trump. He didn't look the least bit happy in the mugshot, for one. But nonetheless, Donald Trump did take the mugshot involuntarily. He took the mugshot. All right, so what was this supposed to be? A humiliation ritual, right? Or is it even a humiliation ritual? Is that our first president that ever took a mugshot? I'm not sure, man. You guys, listen. I want to say this, man, about Mr. Donald Trump. I don't know if everybody came to the same conclusion that I've come to, okay? Me, I feel like Donald Trump is hip-hop's first president. Donald Trump is hip-hop's first president. Donald Trump, he associates himself with the hip-hop community. Whether you guys like it or not, the likes of Kodak Black, Kanye West, some of the biggest hip-hop artists to date, he associates himself with, all right? Donald Trump has a rapper's bravado. He has a rapper's ego. Donald Trump reminds me of hip-hop. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Donald Trump reminds me of this culture called hip-hop. The bravado, the confidence, the aware of what's going on and trending. A lot of stuff that Donald Trump's aware of, the prior presidents was not aware of what's going on in social media. But unlike Uncle Trump, he's aware of it. Now, this is not campaigning for Trump, right? Like I tell you, this is not a political platform. I'm not here trying to win the race for Trump, so to speak. But I'm only stating the fact, all right? L.O.T.S proved me that don't shoot the messenger. All right? And yes, Donald Trump is hip-hop's first president. All right? Gunshots for Trump. Yeah, so Trump recently got arrested. And yes, Tosh, also Mayor Giuliani was arrested also. So let's go into this spill. Let's go into this spizzle for Rizio. Shout out to Donald Trump. Shout out to President Trump. All right, hold on. Tosh gave me some info on Trump. Oh, shout out to Lauren here too. All right. This is from CNN, all right? Sorry about that. Not even CNN. What's this coming from? All right, and we'll speak about gunplay too, Tosh. We'll get into gunplay also. Shout out my comrade. All right, per Rolling Stone magazine, Rudy, tough on crime, Giuliani arrested in Georgia. The former lawyer for Donald Trump and several co-defendants turned themselves in after being indicted for this role in the scheme to overturn the 2020 election. The former New York mayor and lawyer for Donald Trump surrendered to authorities in Georgia on Wednesday following his indictment last week. 13 charges related to his role in the effort to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Giuliani's bond was set at $150,000 after his legal team met with Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis earlier on Wednesday. This is from CNN. Trump surrender. Former President Donald Trump is expected to travel to Georgia, in which he did, and turn himself in at the Fulton County Jail. 18 co-defendants have until noon Eastern Friday to voluntarily surrender to the authorities after being criminally charged in the state's 2020 election supervision case. Trump's bond agreement. Trump agreed earlier this week to a $200,000 bond and other release conditions, according to the court documents. Trump is explicitly barred in bond order from using social media to target the co-defendants and witnesses. All right? So, I failed to mention Trump is back on Twitter. So it seems like Uncle Trump is back using Twitter. All right? And you guys know Trump had dissed. At first, he had dissed Elon Musk. Trump got his own platform. But I see like the kitchen's getting a little hot there. Kitchen's getting hot, so Trump decided to utilize this Twitter platform, the X platform. Is it even considered Twitter no longer? What do we call Twitter? X platform? I don't know. I'm a little bit lost there. All right. So nonetheless, Donald Trump, he has been released since this information. All right. Twitter fingers is back. That part, cuz Twitter fingers is back. You know, Twitter fingers is originally Meek Mill. But he's saying Trump is the Twitter fingers too. Yeah, Trump is going to turn up. He's going to turn up. But you guys, let me tell you something. There's a little admiration that I have for Donald Trump. And I know some people are going to kill me, but don't shoot the messenger. There's a little admiration I have for Trump. I've never seen somebody so gangster in the midst of facing so much adversity, to be honest with you. I've never seen somebody be so confident facing so much adversity. Trump throughout all these prosecutions, throughout all these charges, he doesn't seem like he missed the beat. You know, some people, you could kind of see the underlining, like they're losing that confidence. Underlining thing. I don't see that in Trump. I think this situation, I think Trump is highly offended by the situation, and he's choosing to fight the fight, right? Trump is a little bit different. There's something else that sparks Trump. I don't know what he's like the perfect villain. Trump is the perfect villain at this point, all right? And what I'm trying to say is Trump is staying in character. Trump has not broken character. He's still in character throughout this whole thing. I would think that this situation would bring down some of that pride. I would think this humiliation process that Trump is going through would kind of like make him be humble slightly more. But to be honest with you, he seems like he's every bit so confident. Nothing has changed, right? Now, there might be actually something there, but I can't see with my two eyes. Nonetheless, shout out to Trump. All right. And this is going to be interesting because I know this is probably going to detour him from the 2024 elections. But there was a conference that they had, or something that they had, right? A speaking in which he was not there in attendance. But we'll see nonetheless. Shout out to everybody in the building. Big up to Patrick Fan. Talk that talk. Yes, sir. Perfect villain. He's the perfect villain. Trump is the perfect villain. All right. Shout out to Uncle Trump. Shout out to everybody in the building. All right. Moving right along. That's enough with Trump. Shout out to Uncle Trump still. Big up to Trump. North Korea. We'll speak about North Korea. We'll speak about Lauryn Hill too. All right. Shout out to Lauryn Hill, like they about to go on tour. All right. I know everybody wants to hear about this. Speaking about gunplay MMG. All right, recently, I know you guys seen on social network, maybe it was in the news, gunplay involved with some altercation with the baby moms. Now you already know that's my comrade. Not gonna go too deep into this. Right? Just know that gunplay does mean well. And we'll see how this turns out. For the most part, I'm surprised, just like you guys are surprised. Video games can be a little bit aggravating, but we ain't gonna make no jokes about that. Shout out to gunplay. For one thing, you guys know this is one of my true comrades, and gunplay does mean well. All right. Drug addiction, gunplay's been battling that since we was teenagers. You guys have heard that from gunplay out of his own mouth, so this is nothing new that I'm bringing to your attention. All right. Nonetheless, shout out to Gunplay. We pray for Gunplay. All right. The kid has a lot of potential. I'm pretty sure he has love in hip hop and a list of other ventures on the table, right? And just know that he has good intentions. And the truth will unveil for the most part, but the baby mother came on social network in which she said that her and her family's okay. All right. And we're happy that nobody was hurt throughout this whole altercation. And obviously my dog needs help. This is a rehabilitation thing. All right. This is a therapy thing. He needs help. But there's nothing in mind. There's not an ounce of me that feels like he would have hurt that baby. Just for the most part, I'm saying there's not an ounce of me that feels like Gunplay would have hurt his own child. All right, so for the most part, everybody, prayers for everybody in that situation, man. Prayers for Gun, prayers for baby moms, prayers for the baby. You guys remember Gunplay had the baby on the platform, all right? So Gunplay's came on my podcast before. All right, and he brought the baby on the podcast. So shout out to Gunplay. Big up to Gunplay. You guys, we came on at 7:30. The original time was supposed to be 7 o'clock. All right. And we're gonna get back to that 7 o'clock time. Sometimes I go on a little bit later, around 10. Things are subject to change. So make sure you guys are turning on your notification bells. The notification would notify you every time I go on. All right. You guys know things are subject to change. This is live. So meaning this is not pre-recorded. So if something happens, we got to work around it. Whatever issues it might have, some real life issues, some audio issues, some visual issues. All right, we go around it and I still come on. It's consistency. This is episode number 51. Hello. Episode number 51. Hello. Bada bing, bada bang. All right. Let's get some horns for episode 51. Oh, God. Now, big up to Miss Lauryn Hill, all right? One of my favorite groups, Fugees. On a lighter note, shout out to Gunplay and the whole family. That part. All right, let's talk about this Lauryn Hill. All right, Lauryn Hill is set to reunite with the Fugees to celebrate the 25th anniversary of her smash 1998 debut solo album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, within an international tour. According to the news release sent on CNN on Tuesday, Hill will perform the iconic album on the tour, revisiting the musical sentiment and nostalgia that caused it to resonate with so many fans. The tour will kick off on September 8th in the Minneapolis before heading to New York later that month to perform at the Global Citizens Festival. From there, Hill will make stops in Australia, Canada, various cities throughout the United States, culminating. Wait one moment. What the hell? Wait up. Oh my God, this thing just jumped out of nowhere. I'm holding my finger on the page. Hold on. All right. Bada bing, bada bing. Okay, there we go. Culminating with a final show in November in Seattle. All right. So Miss Lauryn Hill is gonna be performing. They're saying she'll reunite with the Fugees. I don't know. We haven't seen the Fugees perform together in a minute. All right. Shout out to Lauryn Hill. You guys know we big Lauryn Hill fans on this side. All right. Horns. That part. We're big Lauryn Hill fans on this side. Big up to Miss Lauryn Hill. An act that's hard act to follow. Shoes that cannot be filled. Obviously, we see that with the rising of so many female artists. We haven't seen anything close, reminiscent to Lauryn Hill. Not one female artist that's close or reminiscent to Lauryn Hill. All right. So basically, those are some big shoes that are hard to fill. Now, let's stay. We're always speaking about hip hop. All right. We're talking about shoes to fill. All right, guys, I want to speak about Afro beats. Afro beats. All right, listen. This is uprising genre. It's coming out of Africa. It's called Afro beats. Duh. Now, I know you guys see this music being played all over the radio stations. It's seeming like this music is taking over completely. With that being said, you guys know hip-hop is like the #1 genre out here. Hip-hop is the #1 promotional vehicle used by corporate at this point. And we never thought it would be like that in hip-hop, right? Even though hip-hop is responsible for helping out Adidas, the shell-top Adidas with Run DMC. We've always been associated with corporate, but corporate for some reason didn't respect hip hop for obvious reasons because it's coming out the streets. But eventually it was inevitable, and corporate had to start implementing hip hop with their promotional engineering, their promotional strategies, right? Their marketing. They use hip hop as a marketing tool. All right. Now, you guys, it took a while for us to fight for hip hop and get hip hop to where it's at. Shout out to hip hop's 50th anniversary. Big up to this thing called hip hop, this thing that we love called hip hop. All right. Now, you guys, like I said, there's an uprising genre called Afro beats. Now, me myself, I love Afro beats. I'm a Haitian man. You already know. Just for some homework, Haiti we're the closest in reference to Africa. We talking about blood and culture. All right. So I'm a big promoter, a big supporter of African culture. All right. So we have this new genre emerging called Afro beats. And it's not even emerging at that point. At this point, Afro beats is here. All right. So now you guys know hip hop took a while to get where we at. Shout out to hip hop, right? Shout out to hip hop's 50th anniversary. But hip hop took a while to get where it's at. With that being said, there's a genre that's creeping up. It's creeping up the charts, and it's called Afro beats. Afro beats, all right. I think it spawns out of the reggae music culture. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leave a comment in the comment section if you guys have any other information that's contrary to what I'm saying, right? Because like I said, don't shoot the messenger. I come with information, but sometimes you guys might come with information that debunks mine. That's why we're a community. We create dialogue here. So if you see I'm saying something, if you guys want something, if you guys have something that's contrary to what I'm saying, I have no problem with being proven wrong. So with that being said, Afro beats and hip hop they're at a rivalry now. Afro beats and hip hop is competing now for that number one spot. If you guys don't know, I ain't gonna say hip hop's in jeopardy, but we have to pay attention to our culture. It took a while for hip hop to get to the forefront. Hip hop seemingly is falling behind Afro beats. Now, I don't know if this is just trending. I don't know if this is just a trending thing, right? But more and more we're seeing Afro beats. Afro beats is being embraced. All right. Shout out to all the African new artists that are breaking these new records. Every day I'm hearing about Burna Boy, Davido. I'm hearing about all these African artists that are breaking records in the industry. So the art form is being highly recognized. And what I'm alluding to is Ebro, I think from Hot 97, Ebro, the radio station, what position he plays at the radio station. All right. He's a radio station exec. Ebro in the morning. Ebro was quoted, he said that the record execs are no longer prioritizing hip-hop artists, the A&Rs. They're looking for Afro beats artists. Now, I don't know when this has ever happened in hip-hop, in the just the history of hip-hop. Because you guys know I'm a hip-hop connoisseur. I'm watching hip-hop's ascension, right? An art form that wasn't highly accepted. Now hip hop it ascended. You know, it reached. We're not gonna say. I think hip hop is close to reaching its full potential. Close to it, right? It's sad to say because we don't want to admit that, right? We don't want to put no glass ceiling on anything. We talk about hip hop. We want hip hop to be infinite. The possibilities, the infinite probabilities high, right? So now you have hip hop that's rivaling. Hip hop is going against Afro beats right now. I love Afro beats, but let's unpack this, right? First of all, when you're comparing hip hop and Afro beats, literally, you guys got to keep in mind, all right? Hip hop is a different type of tool than Afro beats, right? Afro beats, of course, Afro beats is music. Of course, hip hop is music. Beats, lyrics meet rhythm. We understand that part. But Afro beats is not political. Let's get this clear. This is for all these because I see a lot of people that really want Afro beats to take over. But why Afro beats has to take over and why hip hop has to, why they can't coexist? This is what I'm not understanding. I'm seeing a lot of things on social network now. Everybody's on social network. It's like they're willing, like a lot of people are trying to push hip hop to the side now. And they're saying bring in Afro beats. But You guys keep in mind, hip hop is a different type of beast. It's a different type of animal than Afro beats. Shout out to Afro beats, because this is not, I want to see Afro beats to continue to grow. I don't want to put no limitations on Afro beats. I want Africa to be fruitful and prosper. African culture has to be fruitful and prosper. African culture has been suppressed for too long, all right? L.O.T.S approved media. African culture has been suppressed for too long. So finally, we have the motherland, the one that birthed all cultures. Africa is the cradle of all civilization. Just birthed all the cultures that we. Africa is the mother of all cultures, period. So now you guys see that Africa is starting to get its just due. All right. But at the same time, they're trying to condemn hip hop now. Now, you guys keep in mind, hip hop, a lot of people don't love hip hop. Hip hop sometimes is like a bastard child, because hip hop came out of blues. Hip hop came out of a lot of different genres. Hip hop came from reggae and a lot of things. But when hip hop it's the first inception, hip hop was shunned. They didn't respect hip hop. Okay. So it took a while to hip hop to be where it's at. But what I'm trying to get you guys to recognize is everybody's not in favor of hip hop. Though you have people that are rapping along to the music, everybody's not in favor of hip hop. Some people want to see hip hop go away, to be honest with you. Some people do not respect hip hop. So when you're talking about popular culture, remember, popular culture does not care about the details. Popular culture is not culture deep rooted. Popular culture is like a vague audience. When you talk about popularity, that's a trending thing. That's a vague. These people are not core followers. The popular vote is not the core followers for hip hop. So you guys keep in mind, hip hop is a political tool. Afro beats can't do what hip hop do. Afro beats, hip hop will speak to nations. Hip hop will give you information. Hip hop is very informative. All right? Very informative. The hip hop art form is very informative. It's very assertive. It's dangerous, but in a good way. All right? You can't compare hip hop to Afro beats. Afro beats is beats, but the lyric part is not based, like Afro beats is not based on politics. So Afro beats is not necessarily going to reflect what's going on in the community, and especially the black community. Stop right there. Hip hop is the perfect informer for the black community. Hip hop is the perfect catalyst for the black community. Hip hop's the perfect platform for the black community, for the disenfranchised, for the poverty-stricken community, not just black people. Let's bring this back. Hip hop means a lot to the Spanish community. Shout out to all my Spanish, to my Chicos, shout out to my Hispanics, Latinos. All right? Shout out to all different races. Hip hop represents all different races. So you guys got to keep in mind, when you guys are trying to say that Afro beats is going to take over hip hop, remember what you're saying here now. I think you guys starting to understand. Remember what you're saying. You're trying to say basically that they can replace hip hop. Afro beats cannot replace hip hop, because Afro beats doesn't do the same thing that hip hop does. All right, hip hop is not just about dancing. That's music, period. So it's not just about dancing. All right. So once again, according to Ebro, the A&Rs, the execs, they're looking for Afro beats artists, as well as a lot of independent labels now looking for Afro beats artists. But my thing is, I wonder how long is this going to trend. I wonder how long this is going to trend. All right, I'm curious to know how long this is going to trend. This country, a lot of things are changing in this country. A lot of things so what I'm learning is, in this time, in this day and age, you can't really be complacent. You can't get used to nothing in this day and age, because things are changing. Every year, things are changing. Our environment's changing. Our country's changing. Our points of views, our political views are changing. Our laws are changing. All right, so we have to be aware of that and kind of keep our hand on the pulse of things. All right. Shout out to Afro beats. I love Afro beats, but I think we can coexist. All right. We could definitely coexist. Yeah, definitely. You guys, let me go into this comment section right quick. All right. Every day, it's possible all that work, hip hop and Caribbean vibes done out in this different world, I can definitely take over the genres. Hold up. Every day. Wait up. It's possible all that work hip hop and Caribbean vibes done out in this different world. I can definitely take over the genres. That's kind of hard for me to break down, brother, the way you wrote that. But I think you're trying to say you would take hip hop over any other genre. To be honest with you, I probably would take hip hop. I'm not sure. That's a good question. I wonder how you guys feel about that. If you only had a choice for one genre, which genre would it be? Would you choose hip hop? Would you choose Afro beats? Would you choose R&B? Country music? Blues? It's a lot of different genres, man. Me myself, I might choose hip hop. I might choose because hip hop is kind of broad. Hip hop, you can sing in hip hop too. So I kind of was like easing towards R&B because I love my R&B. But I think I would pick hip hop because hip hop is the most versatile. So hip hop, you can get some R&B in there. All right. Yeah. Shout out to hip hop. Big up to hip hop's 50th anniversary. Shout out to Afro Beats for the rise. Afro Beats actually being able to rival hip hop. Hip hop's 50th anniversary. That part. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to all genres. That part. All right. Okay, guys, we're gonna move right along with this. Bada bing. They're saying something. Okay, let's speak about this. R. Kelly. We'll go through this right quick. All right, you got R. Kelly is still on the hook for more than $500,000 in restitution to his victims, but they'll be getting a big check soon thanks to his old hits. According to the docs obtained by TMZ Hip Hop, a judge signed and ordered garnishing the embattled singer's royalties. As it was discovered, Universal Music Group is holding a bunch of his royalties. The order says Kelly's outstanding restitution balance is $506,950.26. About a half an M. All right. And the UMG, Universal Music Group, just so happens to be sitting on $567,444,019 of his royalties, more than enough to settle his debt. All right, so they're inside R. Kelly's pocket, man. Shout out to I ain't gonna say shout out to R. Kelly. I'm so used to saying shout out. You guys got to forgive me because sometimes I do it. It's just second nature when I'm giving shout outs. But no shout out to R. Kelly. No bueno. R. Kelly got to pay that restitution coming out that pocket. But nonetheless, R. Kelly got the money. And if these record companies are gonna milk and get money off of R. Kelly's catalog, right? R. Kelly should be able to pay off some of that restitution, all right? I don't know what's it working for. I don't know what the restitution is about. I don't know when R. Kelly is scheduled to come out. I don't know what's going on with R. Kelly. People are getting paid. Is R. Kelly ever even going to see the light of day again? I don't know, guys. Maybe somebody could tell me in the comment section that part. All right, but nonetheless, R. Kelly is going to pay off that $500,000 debt to some of the victims. That part. Okay, then. Now, speaking of, we're going to speak about Public Enemy, man. This is hip-hop's anniversary, all right? Hip-hop's 50th anniversary. Shout out to hip-hop, the thing that we love here. L.O.T.S approved media. Big hip-hop. I'm a hip-hop baby. That part. All right, and you guys know this is hip-hop's 50th anniversary. Shout out to Kool Herc. All right, now Public Enemy and Ice-T are set to take over the nation's capital to cement hip-hop's 50th anniversary. A booming told you so moment for Ice, who's been vouching for the rap vets lately. The free blowout concert. Wait one moment. Oh my God, I hate when my phone does that. You guys got to forgive me. I put my finger on this phone. All right. So, okay, the free blowout concert is set for October 6th to the 7th and will feature a ton of rap legends. Curtis Blow, Melly Mel, and Scorpio, the Sugar Hill Gang, Kid and Play, Roxanne Shante, Positive K, and many more will be performing at the West Potomac Park on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., per TMZ. All right. So basically, they're cementing hip hop's 50th anniversary. Public Enemy and Ice-T. Shout out to Public Enemy. Shout out to Ice-T. Two of the most riveting hip-hop artists ever known to hip-hop. Okay? Ice-T, you already know. He had the songs Cop Killing and all that. We ain't condoning cop killing at all. At all. We against that, right? But I'm trying to tell you, this man used to fight against the machine as well as Public Enemy. So these guys are very controversial groups. And hip-hop used to have these type of groups. We don't have these groups no more. Hip-hop is not really challenging no laws no more. Hip-hop used to challenge laws. Hip-hop was political. Hip-hop was a political tool. It's not used so much now. All right? And not to go back on the hip-hop subject, but this is all in correlation. They're even saying that the hip-hop music right now is not that interesting. The music was more impactful, more important back in the 90s and in the late 80s, right? Hopefully hip-hop can return to that status. I think hip-hop just started partying. For some reason, we as black people, when we come out of poverty, we kind of forget our poverty after a while. And it's strange. We go through our slavery. We go through our political, we disenfranchised politically, right? Our voice goes unheard. But it seems like after a while, we start relaxing in our community and we kind of forget what we fought for. It's natural. I think it's natural in any community that this happens, right? But we just got to keep in mind that hip-hop has to remain political. This is why hip-hop even got respect. The reason why hip-hop culture gets respect for its political perspective and being vocal. That's why hip-hop gets respect. Hip-hop don't get respect for hip-hop don't get respect for beatbox. Excuse me for my garbage beatbox, but hip-hop don't get respect for beatboxing. Hip-hop is not respected for the beats. And we love 808s. Keep in mind. But you guys, keep in mind what got hip-hop its respect. When we're speaking about music, music's music. Beats and drums and snares and hi-hats, music's music. Hip-hop got respect for its politicalness. That's why hip-hop got its respect. So you guys got to keep in mind, I think we're starting to lose our respect amongst other genres, right? It's funny that I went back on the subject, but this is a serious subject. I feel like hip-hop is losing its respect slowly but surely. All right, so that's why I recommend that you ladies, you got to up the standards with your content, especially us men too. We heavily responsible, us men, definitely more responsible than the ladies, but the ladies are at the front from right now too. So we expecting this from you guys to we got to clean up hip hop just a tad bit, and we got to use hip hop for its true power. Hip hop has a political power that you guys have to be aware of, right? And we can't lose that because that's our respect. And hip hop is starting to lose its respect. Remember, I told you here at L.O.T.S Approved Media. Don't shoot the messenger. Bow. Hip hop is losing its respect. Don't shoot the messenger. Remember, I told you that. All right. Afro beats is on the rise. That part. But I think we can get back to it. There was something else too. Okay. What's this? It's something very important. Hold on. Let me pull this out right quick. All right. Oh, there was something that it was showing. I forgot. It was something that I was looking at before. I think in over a year, there hasn't been a rapper that's reached #1 on the Billboard. It's been a year, and not one rapper has made it to #1 on the Billboard charts. So this is a correlation with what I was just saying, guys. All right. Hip hop is losing some of its strength. Obviously, if you look at the stats, if you guys check out the stats, you will see. Okay, so this is what I wrote down. All right, it is now 1 full year, according to Billboard, that a rap song has not been #1 on Billboard's 100. All right, so it's been a year that a rap song has not been on Billboard's top 100. So this is an indication, man, that hip hop is slipping slightly. So what I'm hoping that everybody that's a part of this hip hop community, that you guys start taking your pen a little bit more serious. All right. The content that you guys are creating, let's just take it a little bit more serious. All right. Because we got to save this thing about us hip hop. We got to save it. We have to. All right, and there's no other art form that's gonna be able to speak. I'm not gonna say that because we as people we're always gonna be creative, and whatever genre that we use, we're still gonna have a voice. But hip hop is the number one political art form. All right, so just recognize the strength of hip hop. All right. You see Adam Ross. You guys know Adam Ross is a big time streamer, I think, on Kick, partial owner of Kick. All right, Adam Ross. He was seen. He tried to approach Floyd Mayweather. Back to Floyd Mayweather. Adam Ross is a little white boy, very big. He's very big in streaming. All right, very successful in the streaming realm. All right, as well as like K Sanat and some Speed, whatever. I know these names now, and I shouldn't even know these kids' names, right? Because they're just kids. All right, but nonetheless, Adam Ross attempts to make some content with Floyd Mayweather. So Floyd Mayweather was somewhere at some facility in which Adam Ross attempted to approach Floyd Mayweather, in which he did approach Floyd Mayweather. Now, this kid Adam Ross, he approached Mayweather with the cameras on. All right, so I guess he was trying to get content, like we do. You know, everybody's always fishing for content. But nonetheless, Adam Ross, Floyd Mayweather stopped him. Actually, made him put the camera down. So they video camming Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather requested for them to put the camera down. Okay. Shout out to Adam Ross. I know how it is when we're trying to get that content, right? Especially some free content. But when you talk about somebody of Floyd Mayweather's caliber, things might not go the way you think. All right, according to Floyd Mayweather, he basically told him, "Do you have some money for me?" Don't forget, Adam, this is the money team. So yeah, you might have to pay Floyd Mayweather to use his likeness. All right. But nice try, because it was an attempt to get some free footage from Floyd Mayweather, and Mayweather shut that down, as you would think. All right. Businessman, but shout out to Adam Ross. All right. And like I said, the kid is very, very, very successful on Kick. All right. One of the top streamers out here. Okay. Bada bing, bada bang. All right, you guys. This is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 51. All right. I go by the name of L.O.T.S approved. I'm the incomparable, the author imitated, but cannot be duplicated. I'm the one that took their style from. You guys don't know, a lot of bigger platforms they do follow, and they see what I'm doing. Hopefully, you guys see what I'm doing here. All right. Author imitated, but cannot be duplicated. Incomparable, like I tell you. I mean, I'm elected the appointed street general, the voice of the streets, but I'm appointed. I didn't say I was the voice of the streets. I got elected that. All right. This is powered by L.O.T.S approved media, and this is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 51. They never thought we'd even see an episode number 51. All right. Shout out to everybody involved. Shout out to Ty. Shout out to Paul Bizzle. Shout out to Planet. Goddamn it, my partner in crime. Shout out to the family that make this happen. I'm trying to go on time, more consistent, guys. I'm gonna try to go on at 7 p.m. more consistent. Remember, this is live. Now we are gonna do some pre-recordings that are not live, but for the most part, this is live. All right. That part be smart. L.O.T.S approved media. Now, I think we ran down everything that we had to speak about, guys. I think we ran down everything, but let me double check here, because I don't want to leave nothing out for the most part. Bada bing, bada bing. Yeah, I think everything for the most part. There's some stuff that you guys sometimes. There's things that I want to speak about. You see, sometimes I'm scrolling through stuff, but some of that I think it's not even. I wouldn't find it so interesting. Okay, you got things about North Korea, and we know what's going on with North Korea. We spoke about Giuliani. We spoke about gunplay situation. Spoke about Donald Trump, public enemy. Whoop-de-woo. All right. Okay. Let's end off with this right here. Let's end off with this. All right. So you guys know you've seen Lizzo all over. Lizzo's been all over the network, all over the internet. All right. Well, there's a twist to it. You guys know Lizzo's dancers. They filed to a lawsuit against Lizzo. All right. Now it's like Lizzo is striking back. Now Lizzo got plans to sue the same backup dancers who are taking her to court. New photos appear to show her accusers having a great time backstage following some nude entertainment in Paris about a month after the famous banana incident in Amsterdam. Lizzo's attorney, Marty Singer, tells TMZ newly surfaced photos show Lizzo's accusers happily carousing and gleefully reveling backstage with the performers from a topless cabaret show in Paris during Lizzo's tour. Reveling, gleefully. These words. So basically, it seems like they were having fun with the same dancers that they're accusing of being subjected to doing freaky stuff with. All right. So apparently, Lizzo has what would you call that? What they call it when you sue somebody sues you, a countersuit. All right. Apparently, she has a countersuit for that ass. We don't know what's happening here. I really don't know. I don't have no horse in the race. I can't say Lizzo's wrong. I can't say the parties involved are wrong, right? Because if they're gleeful and they're enjoying themselves and then they finally double back and say, nah, they're traumatized, I have something wrong with that. You know what I mean? Tosh, I know you want to speak about Korea. I thought the Korea thing might be a little bit boring, Tosh, but if you want to speak about Korea, we can speak about Korea. All right. Hold on. And we're gonna end off with this Korea situation. All right. Bada bing, bada bang. All right. North Korea's second attempt to launch a spy satellite into orbit failed Thursday due to a malfunction in the third stage of the rocket, the state-run Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, reported. The unsuccessful launch came after North Korea's first attempt failed in May. When the new satellite vehicle rockets Cholima, one crashed in the sea soon after the liftoff. All right. So Tosh, I read it. All right, and we're gonna end off with that. Shout out to North Korea. You guys see North Korea, they're trying. North Korea's trying. Kim Jong-un, they're trying over there. North Korea has a lot of attempts, man. And I don't know if you guys in America, but I'm happy they're unsuccessful. With all those frivolous attempts, you guys just keep on trying. Keep on trying. We're rooting for you. But there's a lot of frivolous attempts. North Korea has not been successful with a lot of their attempts. All right. Nonetheless, that works to our favor, right? I'm not saying I want them to be successful, so I'm not trying to fuel them to be successful. But North Korea tried to launch a spy balloon, whatever you could spy satellite, all right, in which they failed. Bwah, bwah, bwah. All right, listen. We're going to cut off with this one here. L.O.T.S Approved Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger Podcast, episode number 51. Once again, I'm the incomparable, the author imitated, but cannot be duplicated. Incomparable, the elected, the appointed, street general, the one they keep taking their styles from. This is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. All right? And welcome once again to the Don't Shoot the Messenger Podcast, episode number 51. All right? You guys, make sure you guys enjoy yourself for the weekend. I want you guys to be safe this weekend. This is another blessing by Most High for us to even be here to enjoy each other's company. And I'll never take that for granted, and I'll always forever show my gratitude to the universe. Now, I want to exit out of this. The correct way. All right? And we're going to give you some little outro.
Taking the same course of action.
All right?
And expecting a different result.
Wait one moment here. Bada bing, bada bang. Again, by the grace of Most High, was in to meet up with each other this week. All right? And by the grace of Most High, hopefully we'll meet again next week, this Friday. All right? Shout out to all the supporters here. Big up to all my supporters. All right? We are family. This is the mafia. That part. All right? And they don't expect us to be here like we here. They don't expect us to keep evolving. They don't expect us to be resilient. Keep in mind, in this podcast space, a lot of people don't make it out. A lot of people trying, they don't make it out, all right? L.O.T.S Approved Media, once again, this is the Don't Shoot the Messenger Podcast, episode number 51. Gunshots. Drop a bomb to that. Are you not entertained? Is that not why y'all here? That's another one. All right, L.O.T.S. Media, I'm out the building. You guys, make sure you guys enjoy your weekend, all right? Do me a favor, make sure you guys share this podcast. Get everybody acclimated. All right, we enjoy this, but I want everybody else to enjoy it. You guys remember, every shepherd has his own flock. So you guys have people that admire you guys. Share this with your flock. L.O.T.S. Media, don't be a ninja watcher. That's a person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher. That's just a hater. You definitely don't want to be one of these. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call it peeping time. And y'all know they do the peeping times in jail. All right? Make sure you guys are smashing the subscription buttons on YouTube. We're streaming from YouTube. We're streaming from Twitter. And we also streaming from Facebook. All right? Smash the subscription buttons. And make sure you guys are putting that thumbs up. All right? Enjoy your weekend. And I will see you guys next week by the grace of Most High. All right? 1.